We're going to look at the last two translations from the exercises from chapter 26, and these illustrate the idea of using the preposition min as a comparative. And so we compare one thing to another. Sometimes we use the preposition min, which normally means from or out of. In a particular context, it can also have the idea of comparing one thing to another. So we'll look at Exodus 18:11, and we'll go ahead and read that. Ata yadati ki gadol Adonai makol ha-Elohim. We see a common beginning for a speech. This ata, now. Yadati, this is a pretty straightforward Cal perfect. First common singular. We've got the singular ending. We've got the vowels all matched perfectly with Cal perfect. Ki gadol Adonai. So here we have a adjective, gadol, indefinite, and we have a proper name, Adonai. So we have definite, and so we're going to treat this adjective predicatively, and we're going to supply an is in between. So we say yadati, this is obviously from to know, and so since this is first common singular, we have now, I know, that, this key being used like that here, gadol Adonai, great is the Lord. And then the last part, we see our min preposition, this time combined with the next letter. That's what that Dagesh forte is doing in the kaf. It's telling us that it is swallowing up that noon from the min. So we have from all ha-Elohim. And this could either be God or gods. And we'll see in a minute that it's most likely talking about little g gods. We see that the min is being used here, and so if you look at this literally, now I know that the Lord is great from all the gods. Since we're comparing Yahweh, God, with other gods, this is telling us that we're looking at the gods of the nations, the so-called gods, not capital G God. And the from, the min here is being used more like the idea of then. And the great has got the idea then of greater. And so this min, in a sense, turns the adjective great into a comparative, greater, and then the min itself is translated as than. And so we get, now I know that the Lord is greater than all the gods. Let's take a look at another example here, 1 Kings 10:23. And we have Vayigdal HaMelech Shalomo Mekol Malchei Haaretz LeOsher UleChochma. So now we have a verb, a stative verb here, Gadal. Vayigdal, this is pretty classic Cal imperfect. You see the Hirik prefix vowel. The Yod prefix tells you it's imperfect. Actually, the Vav with the Patak and the doubled first letter tells you it's Vav consecutive imperfect, so you already know it's imperfect. The Yod is telling you it's third masculine something. No ending tells you it's third masculine singular. But the prefix vowel, the Hirik, plus the Shua as the R1 letter, it's telling you it's Cal imperfect. And then, of course, the Yod with no ending tells you it's third masculine singular, as we just said. So, Vayigdol, and then here's the subject. We're looking for a possible masculine singular subject. We have Hamelech Shalomo, literally the King Solomon, and we would translate that as just King Solomon. So, King Solomon was great. By itself, we just see King Solomon was great. So Gadal by itself just means to be great. And so all by itself, if we had nothing else here, if we just, that was our sentence right up to this point, it would be King Solomon was great. But we need to look at the rest of it. Now we have Makol, and so again we have this idea of min being used from all Malchei Haaretz. Here's one of our Segelet nouns, and remember we talked about the Malchei pattern last time, in the Malchei pattern in the first semester, and we see that this is a construct following the Segelet pattern, the Malch pattern, Malchei Haaretz, kings of, and then we have the earth, so it becomes the kings of the earth. And so the very first part of this then is King Solomon was great from all the kings of the earth. And again, because we have the from and we have the sort of adjectival idea here, this becomes greater. So we add that comparative idea, greater, and then the min here, rather than meaning from, means than. And so we have, and King Solomon was greater than all the kings of the earth. And then the last two words, for wealth and for wisdom. Literally for wealth and for wisdom, we would probably say in wealth and in wisdom. So to just repeat that whole sentence, and King Solomon was greater than all the kings of the earth in wealth and in wisdom.